Welcome back. I just wanted to show off some of these sprites I found for the game, for the original game. So I'll be using this as a sort of reference to make my own artwork for it. And then I added all these numbers to figure out, I expanded and counted all the pixels of certain stuff. So I've got all these to reference now. And that's where I got like the lava floor and the floor height on my current build. But yeah, I added a little bit louder on the mic gain here. So instead of, I was using RC505 to record the audio, but now I'm into my Zoom F6. So I'm hoping that's a little louder for y'all. And then I figured out how to do OBS stuff like this curve here. Figured out how to make that curve, just so it doesn't cut off so much of the screen unnecessarily and whatnot. But I'm thinking today is going to be fairly short because it's already kind of late, and I'm not sure what to implement next other than a couple little things. So I was thinking I was going to add the skid sound today. I can do these two. Yeah, and then I can check that. One other thing I realized after watching the last video was that I need to, I'll show you here. So in the play state, no, maybe it's in the player class. Basically, it's the speeds here. These speeds are local to the player class, but they should be, I think I'm going to want them global so that my other enemy ostrich AIs and whatnot can use these variables as well instead of just what's in the player class. So I'm going to refactor these to be into the constants here, the constants file. And the naming convention for constants is all caps, I guess. So, and the thing is, this works a lot like the declaring stuff in C, where if we try to use these constants before we've declared them, then, it doesn't know what they are. So what we did do in our main Lua is require dependencies here. And within dependencies, we require constants. So ultimately, these constants get pulled in pretty early on, so they're accessible in every function in main because they were what do you call them? The library was introduced there, I guess. So now that we added those, we just need to change I need to change these to all caps, So that's an easy feature to add. Hold on. Refactor speed to global variables. And Then I guess another thing I can do in today's episode is to get rid of some of this, unnecessary commented out code and kind of put stuff closer to one another where it makes sense. Just to kind of, clear it up, clean it up. So yeah. Let me make sure that that still works. It didn't break anything. And then we can add the skid sound today as well, which I did export today. I just screen captured the joust, got a skid and then got a little sample of the skid sound. So I put that right here in that's not it. Right here. Skid MP3. So my reasoning, I guess, is just like we'll just loop that for as long as skid is true, and then stop it when skid's not true. So in order to add that, we need to add it right here. Gonna add it. And this is something I'll need to fix. Look how messy this is. 2 speed 1, 2 speed 2. That's because, actually, yeah, I can get rid of this now because, I don't know if the opponent ostriches make noises, but I had it set like that because I was doing a 2-player joust and I needed, it's like, if this one, speed 1 was going, but the player 2 also needed to be at speed 2, then, or shit. I guess I'm trying to say like with the same names, like speed 1 was the source file for the tier 1 sound footsteps, and when I would stop playing that, if player 2 was also in tier 1, Lua would be like, oh, we need to stop the tier 1 sound. So player 2's footsteps would go away because speed 1 was set to off. So I just gave, it's the same exact file, just with a different name, so that they can have their own individual files. So I'm sure there's a better way to do that, but I'll have to figure that out. Anyway, we're going to do skid here. So I guess I don't know what these brackets are called in Lua, but my understanding of it is it's just a string. It's like a dictionary in Python or whatever, where it's like a key value. Well, I don't know actually, but my understanding of it was there's like a table called sounds, which I'm doing right here. Sounds gets this table. These curly braces is the table, and then within that table there's a value that is a string called skid that we're getting. We're applying that as a new audio source, and we need to give it the directory plus the file name, and then a mode, which from what I've seen they've all been static so far, so I'm not sure what would use a not static mode, but we can look into that later. So now that skid's in our sounds table, I believe last time we even kind of set us up with some code under the skid. Logic. Right there, skid flag. Yeah, sound skid. So right here, these two. And I guess what we would need to do is there's a way to set looping to true for this particular sound, which is what we want to do for as long as it's skidding. But then as soon as it stops skidding, we need to turn it off, stop it. So maybe I can look at the sound of where skid play. So I'm looking for where I put the current footstep sounds, which should probably right here. This should all be in the player class, honestly. So there we go. So it's just sounds, and then I guess the brackets there index into a specific value at sounds in the sounds table. So in order to do it, it's just like we do the play, except we do the colon, set looping to true. So we'll need to set the looping to true, then play it, then stop it once the skid flag gets set to false. So, all of that should be in the player class. Here we go. So it's basically, already a mistake here. Sounds. So it's sounds table, access the skid sound, and then set looping to true. And then similarly here. Then we need to find when skidding gets turned to false, which is right here. So we will set it to false. Maybe we would stop the sound from playing right before we set it to false, or right after. It doesn't really matter. It'll be on the same frame. So no, it's sounds skid colon stop. I think that's right. Yeah, colon stop, and then gets parentheses. So, should we see if the skidding sound works? Gee. Okay, 103. I did that same stupid mistake. 103. Not sound. Sounds. Not sound. Sounds. All right. Let's try it. Come on, skid. Oh, yes, that's it. That's awesome. I do have to say it's a little quiet. That is, or can be an easy fix. I guess I would do this on Audition, but I don't have Audition installed. Or Audacity. Oh, maybe I do? No, I don't have Audacity either. I guess I'll just download Audition real quick. Real quick. Yeah, give me a break. Not compatible. Great. Sweet. I'm at 10:13 and I need 10:15 or later. Okay. Looks like Audacity it is. Is that really the legit downloader? Okay. Sorry, it's taking forever. This is part of the process. It's like, it's such an easy fix that it's like, just want to get it over with right now and do it right, you know? So if we open up our, yes. Oh my God, okay. Holy crap, why? 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 What are you? Oh. Why does this happen? Oh my God, okay. Okay, whatever. Holy crap. Let us find that file. Open it. Yeah, that's very quiet. We just need to add gain. So I almost exclusively use Audition, so I'm a little not fluent in this sort of stuff, but yeah. Amplification. Oh my goodness. Is this gain? Recording volume? It's like it's really simple. I just want to turn it up, like. Yeah, amplify by like, why does it? I don't even know how to do it. Add gain, Audacity. Alt Shift up. Alt Shift up. Doesn't seem to be working. Right here, is this it? Gain. Easy. How about die? Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe like, I don't know, 14 gain. Let's try that. Export as MP3. Overwrite that sucker. Whatever. That's okay. Let's see if that's louder. It seems quieter. And I overwrote my MP3. Okay, that seems like way too loud, right? Let's try export. Oh. Well, that's one reason. Save to documents, not. Here we go. So I guess what I will do is, I like that it didn't overwrite the original, because we can just title this original. That should be the louder one, so now. That's awesome. That's cool. That's loud enough, I think. So yeah. Had to do that little Audacity detour. That's okay. So we've got skidding sounds. Booyah. I guess with this project, like, honestly, any amount of programming per day in my book is going to be a success. But I think it'd be cool to shoot for, one meaningful commit per day of any programming. So whether it be Joust or some C programming or whatever. So like adding a feature like that is a commit worthy, commit. But everything else is going to be extra credit, because it should be fairly easy to tidy up some of this code, which I think is a good idea. But also, I do want to see if the skidding sound shouldn't work in the air, which I do not check for in my current here. So like this play, skidding play, should probably only play if grounded. Let's double check that. I should really just bookmark this. It's so loud. Sorry about that. It's pretty obnoxious how loud that is, but okay. Oh, that sounds sick. Okay. So yeah. I noticed more features we gotta add, because not only does the skidding sound not play and the footsteps don't play, but it doesn't skid in the air. It keeps its momentum and just changes its direction. So instead of skidding and instead of playing the skidding sound, it should be swapping the way it's facing but keep all of its momentum. So that's a couple things right there that need a fixing. So and we did this already. So yeah, let's do this. Only play footsteps when grounded. But then we also need to only play skidding while grounded. And then we need to also not skid, or only skid if grounded. That should be fairly easy to implement, I would think. But yeah, let's start off with only skid if grounded. So the way the player's facing is dictated. See, and this should not be in the play state here, but yeah, what a mess. Okay. This is the render, so that's the animation cycle, which we're not even doing appropriately right now. Holy crap. Where is it? Facing right. It would be a facing right, gets true or false. It initializes to true, which I guess is fine. So right now I don't even have facing right being implemented. Is that right? Facing right true, facing right false. It is implemented somewhere. It must be in here somewhere. There. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so at least facing right is implemented in the player class. I already lost my train of thought. But only skid if grounded. Okay. So right here. So this line of code should only happen if it's also grounded. So I guess I can also do and self.grounded, which is a bunch of conditions, but that's fine. And then same with right here. So let's see if that makes it so that we only skid if we're grounded. Skid. And then okay. So I'm not getting, I wasn't able to initiate the skid in the air, which is good, but I wasn't able to turn the facing right at all while I was in the air. Because if I input left while it's going right in the air, facing right should become false, just like the original. So does that mean facing right's false? SP2. Oh yeah. So right here, I only have facing right. I have it tied to the speed tier, which isn't right. So it makes sense to me why I did this way, but because, so if we're facing right and we're walking, if we hit the opposite direction, it doesn't mean we face the other direction right away. If we've got momentum, then we would either stop or skid to a stop, but still face the same direction. Then when that opposite direction is pushed again, that's when it should turn. Now, I did have it to set to 0 because if it's got no momentum, meaning after a skid or after a stop, then that works. But we need to set it in the air. I mean, we need to set it in the air as well when the speed tier is not equal to 0. So if the speed tier is equal to 0, or you're in the air, then you would switch it. Does that work? Because you can't stop in the air, but you can change your direction. So I think that might work. Player 1. Why? Okay. I'm just confused right now because I've got self everywhere, but I've got player 1 here. So I think this should be self as well. I'm kind of surprised that worked, but I guess it makes sense. I think we want to define it in terms of self. Is that right? Let's see. So self, speed tier, self, speed tier. Let me just see if this breaks stuff or not. Let's see if that breaks anything or fixes everything. So it looks like facing right still works fine on the ground. Then if we're flying, that doesn't change facing right in the air still. Okay, so it's not as simple as just saying the or not self.grounded. See, yeah, that's also... We also don't want to do that because... Or we don't want to put the code there because if speed tier is 5, which that's why we're getting the problem. Here, let me just see if that... Nope. Oh, yikes, okay. So, I guess what the 5 means, like we do that less than 5 because we don't want to increment speed tier to more than 5. But if speed tier is 5, then that code isn't going to be executed. So we need to put the facing right logic somewhere else. Yeah, we just need to put it somewhere else. Okay, one thing I just want to get done right now is we do need to fix that. But to stop playing the audio for the footsteps when I'm not grounded. So where do I even do it? Oh yeah, I'm getting sleepy. Where do I do it? Where do I do it? Here in the play state. New. Oh my god. It should be easier to find than this. This is my fault. Not blaming anyone but me. So skidding sound, where are all the other sounds? Dude? Hello? How is it playing sounds? For the footsteps, if I don't see it anywhere. What the heck? Oh, here. It is in play state, which, yeah, should be not the case. Cause we don't want our play state code all jumbled up with walking sound logic for one player. We don't want that nonsense. But anyway, we just need to also say and grounded. But let's feed two birds with one seed and just put this into the right spot now, which is the play state. The player class. Player class. Let's just put all the sounds at the bottom for sanity's sake, I guess. And even though this player.1 has been working in this class, it just feels wrong to me and feels busted. So I'm just going to reference it to self because that just makes more sense. Now. Not only... Wait. So, yeah, we also need to stop. We also need to stop all these sounds if it becomes... not grounded. So if self dot grounded, if not self dot grounded, stop all those sounds. So not grounded, stop all those sounds. But we also say only play those sounds if the speed tier is right and you're also grounded. So let's see. Because we don't want to be able to change speed tier in the air anyway. That's according to the original, so. Oh, that's cool. Oh, hey, that's not right, but I mean, it's. What? What? Okay. So the turning right is now working in the air, but I'm getting a, change in velocity, which should not be happening. Where is that going on? Here. Facing right. Yeah, we need to move this. We need to fix this. So let's get rid of this to kind of have it like we did before, because we need it to do the facing appropriately when it's stopped, like the turning around. But we also need to do, like, if this was pressed. Well, see, how does that work? Well, no, yeah, why can't we do it twice? We can ask. Because the this was pressed was a function that I implemented that stores the key that was pressed in the last frame. Was pressed here. So this function right here was pressed, gets populated. If keys pressed was key return true. Guess I'm still a little confused about this. This is code I got from CS50 Game Dev. But I think the idea is this key. So like the idea is whenever you press a key, this love.keyPressed key gets populated with whatever key you did press. So what I'm doing is saying, hey, if any key was pressed, you're going to say see what? Here. Okay. I made an empty table called keys pressed with camel case. And I'm saying, hey, love, whenever you get a key that is pressed in your love.keyPressed, I want you to set my table with that key equal to true. And then where do I flush? Here, this is where I flush it. Okay. So if that key is equal to escape, then quit. If it's tab, toggle the mouse, whatever. So I guess it's really as simple as, oh, here. Yeah. So then I make a function called was pressed, which is different than the table called keys pressed, which is different than love's key pressed function. And my function here was pressed. Takes in a parameter called key. But the thing is, okay, no, that's right. Wait, hold on. Sorry, bear with me here. So this was pressed. Left, that's the key. So like Lua knows that if I pass it in a string, that's the key. So what I'm saying is if the keys pressed, that's my dictionary. Okay. Not dictionary, just table. So I guess, so this line of code gets called anytime a key is pressed, and that is populating my keys pressed table with said key. So I know what keys was pressed on the last frame. And then what I'm saying is, hey, I'm making a function called was pressed that takes a key, and if this is a Boolean expression saying like, hey, if the key that you passed into this function is the same as the key that is in this table of the keys that were pressed, because this evaluates to true, then was pressed gets true, otherwise return false. So I guess it seems redundant, but I guess it might have something to do with if you press more than one key at a time, so that this, well, this only gets called. Yeah, the update function is where I wipe that table so that I have an empty table for keys to be pressed for the next frame. And then, so like, let's say the next frame a key gets pressed, what happens? Well, love.key pressed I need to watch the CS50 on this part again, because this just seems a little redundant to me. But basically, I'm pretty sure that, let's say we put in the key right. Then if we put in the key right, then this will get called naturally, because that's how love handles key input. And then I'm saying, hey, go to my table and set that key equal to true for this frame. This is a function I use other places that say, hey, I'm going to ask you if this key was pressed, and if the key that you're wondering was pressed is equal to the key that is in the table of keys that were pressed here before we flush it to 0, then return true. So it's a way of knowing what all keys were pressed in a given frame. And it just stores it in a table. And then we can say, hey, was this pressed or not? And then if it's pressed, do some logic. And then wipe it so that we can keep track of another input, on another frame. So I guess one thing I'm curious about is what happens with holding the key down. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's different. There's a love.keyboard.isDown key, which we can use to increment our speed tier. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, God, I thought we'd be done already. But yeah, we need to, if we could fix the facing left and right while in the air, that would be great before this next commit, because I need to commit soon because I'm getting sleepy. So yeah, we reset this to be normalish. So now, let's just see if it's back to normal where it doesn't turn when it's in the air. All right. Player 181. Yeah. Easy. Doesn't play. Doesn't turn. But it's kids. That's sick. Okay. So we need to add another. Was pressed right. So like, hey, if right was in keyboard.was pressed, then and it wasn't, in the speed tier, do it right. So we just need to do another one that does it. Oh shoot, hold on. Yeah, how do we do that? So we would say like, oh my god, was pressed right. But we don't want to just mindlessly switch facing right to true. It's like if here we go. Let's just, yeah. If it's grounded, yeah, we just gotta worry about if it's not grounded. So not self-grounded. So if right was pressed, okay, so if right was pressed and self and not self dot facing right and not self dot grounded, then this should be turning. So like this should be turning right midair. Because if love so if it's not grounded, so if it's in the air and it's facing left and you press right, then facing right gets true. Now, turning left. And the thing is, we're trying to implement this, but right now it's a white box. So if the white box is just drawing the rectangle. So we're not gonna see it turn left or turn right, but we'll see through our debugging notes if facing right is true or false correctly, which by the time we're drawing the sprites will come in handy because we need that logic anyway, so might as well figure it out. So turning left. So if you press left and you're facing right and you're not grounded, then we will say to change your field facing right to be false, homie. Let's see it. Oh, it works, but it changes the velocity. So somewhere in there, the velocity is tied to whether or not somewhere in there, velocity is tied to which direction it's facing, which should not be the case. Yep, it's right here. Yeah. I guess it should be if dx is positive or not, instead of facing right, because would that work? And self dx. So, oh no. Stop it. So if speed 2 is greater than 0 and it's facing right and you're not skidding, then change your dx. So the dx needs to not be dependent on what direction it's facing. But what is this asking? Like, what is self.facing right giving us? Is giving us if your dx is positive, right? If your dx is positive, then we need to move you to the right. Then if self.facing right and not self.skid. See, we do it right here too. I guess this should be called player 1 speed assignment. I don't know. Does that break anything? Just everything facing right. Just for shits and giggles. What does that do? Also broken. So what did this used to be? Facing right? So this is what we need. If dx is positive here. So if self.dx greater than 0 and you're not skidding, then shoot, I don't know if that'll fix it. So basically I'm trying to stop its dx changing when I don't want its dx to change based on its facing position, basically. So all of this dx logic is dependent on whether or not it's facing. So that's what we're changing, where we're saying not if facing right, but if self dx is greater than 0. It's like if it's moving to the right, not facing right. And then if not is smaller than 0. Maybe. That's it. Well, except that's okay. Holy shit. Okay, so yeah, right now I guess I got to see what. So yeah, here's the problem. If I'm going, then I jump, then I turn around in midair, which is correct, which is what the game will let you do. As soon as you land, he's still running, facing the wrong way. So I guess let me just see what the heck the original Joust does for that. So like, if I'm jumping, I can turn. Oh, and then he just turns around. He lands and then he does keep his momentum, but he turns around. This is a great game. Gosh, that's so much fun. Yeah. Okay, so all I need to do is how'd I fix that? You know what? Like, I'm gonna add that later. I feel like I can fix that with a clean brain. Let me add it before I forget it, which is turn if player turned in the air upon landing, change facing direction to correct dx. I don't know what you want to call it. But yeah, it would be something similar like that. Like it would be like when it would be under the grounded logic, like, hey, when you become grounded, check your dx just like this. If your dx is bigger than 0, that means you're moving to the right. That means we need to set you facing to the right. If it's smaller than 0, we need to let's just do it now, right? Let's just do it now. I'm thinking about it already. So where is the grounded logic? Like we're going to say, hey, if you right here, self.grounded is true. So like if your y is there, so right here, we need to say, by the way, if your self.dx is greater than 0, meaning you are moving to the right, then self.facing right gets true. Otherwise, you're moving left, and we need to set you to face left. It won't change the dx, it just changes the flag. So, flying, facing the other direction. Now upon landing, it should turn back to true. Yes. And then let's try the other way. Oh, what? Oh no, I can't even move left now. Moving left is broken. This code is what screwed up moving left. No. When did moving left break, homie? It was just working, no? Like I was just doing it fine, yeah? Or did I not check? This is hard, y'all. I just want left to work again. So dx. Pushing left gives me a positive dx right now. I think I need this. No, it's right here. I think it's messed up. I think it's messed up because speed tier. So let me just see. Oh. Okay. If self speed tier is greater than 0. It's like, what happens when you press left? Well, you start off with speed tier 0, so when you press left, it'll say, hey, you're no longer facing right. And then it'll say, hey, by the way, you're on speed tier 1 now. Then what it says is speed to is greater than 0, and you're not facing right, and you're not skidding, since you're on is it as simple as a freaking negative here? That's giving me a negative dx, but it's still moving to the right, and it's facing left, moving right. So why, if dx is negative, how are you moving to the right, homie? It's gotta be here when saying like, hey, if your dx is less than 0, which is this moving left, then your x gets its current x shifted by your own dx. So maybe, or dx, this negative is why I don't need this to be negative. I'm pretty sure. But that still doesn't explain why it's moving left or moving right when I'm hitting left. Because it's saying, hey, your speed, wait, let me see. Updates right position, that worked, and not so scared. Then your x position is its current x position shifted negatively by your dx. So your current x position minus dx, which is a positive. Dx is a positive. And then I'm saying, oh wait, hold on, wait. F sub dx. Did I just forget to do this? Saying, hey, if your dx is smaller than 0. Oh, see, this is not right. Dx is going to be a positive number. So I think I just need the same, hey, is your dx positive? Like, hey, you're moving in a direction. Okay. If you're moving in a direction, fuck. No. How do we know? How do we do that? Because this is the whole problem. It's like we needed it to be not based upon facing right. So I think the move is to give it a negative dx. Those should be right next to each other. Like, give me a break. Okay. Give it a negative dx so that we can distinguish if it's moving left or right. Then we say, hey, your dx smaller than 0? Well, you're going to add a negative number to your your x. And, hey, you're greater than 0? No, you're smaller than 0? Okay, we're going to add a negative number to your x. Now let's see if left moves us left. Thank God. Okay. So now our dx is negative or positive, which is how it should have been. Oh, skidding is not working. Facing left now. It's okay. It's okay. Why would that be broken? If dx is 0. Why would right skidding still be perfectly fine? let me see where getting true is. Skid gets true. Where's that? Here. Right. Okay. Getting true. So let me see if skidding is even getting set to true. Yeah, skidding is even getting set to true. So that means that brakes when facing left. This thing is never executing because that looks like it should be right. Maybe the else if is screwing me here. I should learn better about what else if gives me other than just another if statement. But why would the right skid work fine and the left skid not work? Maybe this brakes when facing left as it was. Okay. If right was pressed and you're going at a speed tier 2, 3, 4, or 5, and you're facing left and you're grounded, set skid to true. That should work, no? Somewhere skid is getting set to false. That's overriding this true, I want to say. So is there a place where skid is getting set to false that's overriding this true? Let me just, how many are those? You init as false, that's fine. That's a comment. And then there's these two. Okay. So let me just see if skid ever gets set to true. Facing left. It does. So it is. This one's running out somewhere. This is overriding it somewhere. So maybe the DX isn't getting shifted to 0 properly. Like, let me just look at the DX of the right once I've skidded. So DX, it's 2, and then it slows down to a 1. Oh yeah, look at that. Wait, dude, what? It seems like 30 minutes ago I was like about to commit, right? And now everything broken. Everything broken. Mucho. Okay, it's weird because it's like, what? Do I commit this broken ass, busted jank commit? Yeah. So DX, okay, I think I know what's going on. DX it sets skid to false because dx is 0, when dx should be getting gradually bigger until it's 0, which is only broken because I changed dx to be negative, which it should have been negative. So let's find where we're setting dx to 0 for the facing right, and then we'll fix the facing left dx to be growing to 0 instead of setting to 0 right away. So we'll say we have to find where it slows to a stop. When does it slow to a stop? Like, where's that logic? Here. This. So the right one's okay. This just needs to be a plus now. And maybe, hopefully, that can fix skid. Yep. Nope. Okay, so instead of the max, give me the smaller number. Wait. Yeah, because it's a negative. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, flying, stop sound. Now I can turn. Oh, and the DX is shifted. Why is DX still controlled by facing direction? Did I not fix that? Facing direction. Why would facing direction have anything to do with the DX if it's negative or positive? Left. Shouldn't change. Is this it? I'm just setting its DX. Yeah. I mean, how are you supposed to? Okay, I guess my question is, first of all, let's put this in the same freaking spot. Okay. So, dx is positive or negative based on this, but the thing is, this is the last piece of the equation. Hey, your dx is positive. See, but dx doesn't get to be positive until that's going to be a mess, no? It's going to be a mess. Let me just see. Because dx only gets to be positive or negative through this code. So okay. And grounded. And grounded. How about and grounded? How about that? If you're facing right and you're not skidding, and you're greater than speed 20, and you ain't grounded, and you grounded. Then do that. So now that should not be getting set when I hit a button in the air, because only works when you're grounded, homie. Okay, walking. Skid to a stop. Facing left. Skid to a stop. Okay. Now, if we're flying, let's say we're at a decent speed, we can turn directions, but keep our DX moving right. Yes. Now, when we land, facing right should be true, but you keep your DX moving to the right. Mother... We're getting there. We're getting there. Leave me a note. That is all a mess. Once we figure out all that, I'll check that off. But left off with messed up landing backwards. Which, to be honest, I didn't even realize was a feature in the game until today. So that's kind of cool. And then we've got plenty of stuff to refactor, all this nasty code to take out, all these comments. It could be tidier. The notes I take can be better. So I know what I'm doing better, easier to find stuff. But hey, we got skidding today. We've got sound for skidding. We got turning around in midair. We've got negative DX now. So yeah, big success. Even though didn't even get to implement what the stuff I thought we were gonna implement today, but that's the name of the game, yeah. Yeah, that was good work. Let us commit our changes. Oh, see, I need to do a git ignore.ds store files. Because they're not necessary. What do you mean didn't match any files? You autofilled it. Untracked files. Oh, okay, it's untracked. Okay, so yeah, I just need to add, we can screw that skid original MP3, we just need to add the music skid MP3. Then we need to git commit with the message saying, holy crap, what do we even say? Added skidding sound, took off footsteps while in air, added aerial turnaround. Okay. Then we need to push our to our origin remote repository, the original Gels branch. Now Now, why is it all... Normally it like turns green after I do that sort of stuff. It says it pushed it. I did a git commit. I did a git add. I think it's just kind of confused because this DS store... Oh. Shit. Yeah. You know what? So yeah, it good thing I kind of paid attention, because so the thing is, where the heck is that DS store that I don't want to be backing up? Anyways, you need to git add all those changes. Git add main.lua, git add source. Now if I had a proper git ignore page that had the .ds stored, because that's a stupid Mac file, then I can just do git add dot and it would add everything, but I can't do that because then it would... Oh, you know what? Yeah, I should have. I should have added everything and then removed the .ds store. Constance.lua git add states / playstate.lua. Now if I get status, should show some stupid DS files. Now I can get commit with a message saying added modified files from last commit. And then, yeah, that looks better. Then I get push original joust. Booyah, still getting that red. Because of those. You know what? Let me just see if I can figure out the git ignore. Oh, okay. So echo.dsstore into a file .gitignore. That's really easy. And then git add it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So echo, from my understanding, just takes text. Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, with those two greater than signs, whatever you call those, it's saying like, hey, put the text.dsstore into a file called .gitignore. Now I need to git add said gitignore. And then git commit. Removed .ds store in git ignore. I guess added. Added ds store to the git ignore. Git push original joust. And now we have the nice clean looking Powerline shell. And now if we status, cool. That's what I like to see. 3 commits later. Should have been one commit, and was hoping it would work, but hey, we got it. We did it. We did it. We did a successful day of programming. Thank you for joining me. I'm very happy with this. Made some good progress. Had some good headaches. Got some good refactoring. Got a lot of questions. Got some answers. Yeah, good times. Thanks for joining me. I will catch you next time.